season. Duck season. Rabbit 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 season. Duck season.
With the bob and the big enough pressure, rob and the market, coming to the lecture, pop, bringing it down. With the beat, with the bubble, so now with the beat, with the beat, beat, bass. Rob and the market, the bass, the beat, we're off his face, so. Right party, party, and team mental taking this one away. Wicked.
Professor, I'm 10 years old and I'm ready to pick a Pokemon.
Not until I get mine first, dork. Now, boys, you'll both get your chance. Now, before I can give you your Pokemon, you have to answer a few questions for me.
Okay, shoot.
All right. Well, first, are you a boy or a girl?
Huh? I'm, a boy?
Hey, what's up, everybody? How's it going? It's your boy Ronald, Dragon of America here. How's it going? How's how's everyone day been? My day's been going kind of slow, but I wanted to do this, quick live stream review on my experience on Digimon Survive, my thoughts, opinions, pros and cons and stuff. Okay, but so far, my thoughts on the game. I love it. I mean, I had high expectations of the game in the first place. Don't get me wrong, but my thoughts on it is that it was very good, and I feel like it lived up to a good bit of its hype. It maybe had been a little too overhyped, but it lived up to some hype, the good amount of its hype, in my own opinion. Because I mean, I consistently played the game like every path and all, straight every path and all, tenaciously. So yeah, I think you all know my own opinion of the game so far. That I pretty much love it. I was obsessed with it. To be fair, it was fun, and to be fair, I do highly recommend people buy it. I've started to see lately that people have suddenly started buying it as now and started streaming the game, versus guys like me, Sticky Gaming, and so on, who bought it when it dropped and streamed it. I'm not gonna lie, when I first bought and streamed it, I'm not gonna say I didn't gain a lot of views and stuff from which I did. I even managed to get it 1,000 by, being one of the first to play it. Like, because I've long understood that there's an advantage to playing on a new hyped up game when it drops. Because everybody's gonna be tuning in, subscribing, and listening and stuff. It gives your own chance. You change that exposure and growth. When you stream a game that's just dropping and it's gonna has enough hype around it where it's gonna be popular at that moment, at that time. But even despite the fact that I even after the hype and popularity had died down for Digimon Survive, I still constantly streamed it and gained some decent views and stuff in the hundreds and 200s, and some subscribers and stuff, and managed to hit a platinum 1,000. Because to me it was very good. It was a very good game. Sure, the dialogue could be reduced down. They could reduce the dialogue a bit because there was so much dialogue. I feel like that was the only con to the thing. I usually don't hate dialogue, but in this case, the game had so much dialogue, man. Like, so much dialogue. Like you could do well to not have so much dialogue. I'm not judging. I'm just saying. Because I'm the type that likes to read the dialogue, especially when it comes to playing anime games that usually don't, where the characters don't really speak English much, and they talk in Japanese. So I often read out the words and dialogue. So yeah, you can imagine a guy like me reading all that dialogue. Don't wonder why my throat's sore. Don't wonder why. It was a surprise that I'm doing this stream talking. All that dialogue I had to read. But another pro was the shift in their own shift, and like instead of being kind of open worldish, they made it novel based, very story based, novel story based, kind of like how they did with certain other anime games like Code Geass, Lost Colors, another game. But the gameplay was actually pretty good. I love the tactical RPG style they got going on. The strategy tactical strategy based gameplay. I like that because I played games like that often. And I've always enjoyed those type of games. So yeah, I had no problem with that. Some people may have, but I didn't. Well, another thing I want to talk about is the theme of the game, like the very dark theme of the game. Like people actually die in the game. Like it was dark. Like I can see how Digimon is going kind of dark instead of keeping it kid friendly. They go into a more darker route, because I guess they say that what? Why are we constantly compete with Pokemon and for kid friendly shit? They've been when we can we have we can actually go darker than that. I mean, Pokemon had its own thing. Hey Charles, how's it going, bro? Welcome to my stream, buddy. And anyway, like, it makes you wonder, like, why are we still trying to compete with Pokemon for the kid to stay kid friendly when we can actually do the opposite. We can go more adult rated. We can go more darker with our story. Like we have we actually have gone pretty dark before with like things like games like Digimon Tamer. Digimon Tamer was pretty dark in its own way, and certain other Digimon seasons. So yeah, why can't we just do it in the recent series, Digimon Ghost King? That is fucking dark. That series is fucking dark. You actually see people actually dying in that series. Like you had Digimon who was actually killing people by eating their brains. Eating their freaking brains, bro. Their brains. And then here's the kicker part. Like they had Digimon in Digimon Survive as one of the main kind of a main side antagonist, but a very consistent antagonist throughout. And see, when I first saw Digimon who was in her human disguise form, I kind of knew it was Digimon because I've seen Digimon Ghost King. I've seen how Digimon looks when she's in her human disguise, so I kind of already knew it was Digimon. And when I first saw that, okay, so they got Digimon in this game as an antagonist, most likely. And I said, okay, I enjoy that because because Digimon had screen time as a bad guy before. Her first time it was in Digimon Adventure 2, which she was a pretty major bad guy, but over time she became more of a comic relief bad guy. Her and Mummymon. But then to see her again as a coming returning as a bad guy, but not to the not as big as the extent as she was in the season 2 of Digimon Adventure. It was still fun because like that episode was epic and she ate people's brains, bro. Come on, she ate people's brains. That was that was pretty cool. Oh, hello, Paul's Books and Movies. How's it going, buddy? Welcome to the stream. But at the same time, like I enjoyed that episode. I ain't gonna lie. It kind of just freaked me out a bit and scared me a little bit But that's what made it so fun with Arkinimon when I owned that episode of Arkinimon, where she was killing people and she was about to kill the protagonist until, Colors came on and done her in. Like, they're saying, like, Arkinimon makes this a good antagonist, an interesting antagonist. And she was not wasted when she was in Digimon Survive. She kept us the face. Like, you stayed true to her TV series counterparts. She was a pretty good antagonist. An interesting one at that. Like, she kind of mentally and physically put the main characters to their pace, especially mentally. With the whole, especially when she did it to Shuji in part 5, where she had had them and had this little trap and everything where they will see evil illusions of their past, selling on the worst strategies and memories of their life, and that illusions of their partners turning on them supposedly, psychologically breaking the characters. They're already going through so much already in an area that they are unfamiliar with. And I thought that, okay, wow, I love the development and how they're using our team on the game. I really like it a lot. I enjoyed it a lot. And it just added more of a challenge instead of just, the usual, the level of a character, beat the strong character. No, you see the antagonist actually mind fucking the characters, like, and twisting their will to her enjoyment and trying to break them. To see how she broke the shoes, and to some extent Rio too. Well, Rio already was kind of broken anyway, because like he had already lost his mind to the point where he was just far gone. But this is during the first playthrough where Rio and Shuji's death are inevitable, and you're not going to be able to say until you do the New Game Plus, which I thought was kind of interesting. It's very interesting indeed. Charles Buchanan says, "Good, Ronald. It's very hot inside my house." Oh, dang! I'm starting to hear that, buddy. Don't you have air conditioning or something? Like, dang, right? Don't burn up, man. And he also says, how are you doing today? Special day on Silver yet? Oh yeah, Halloween's coming up, buddy. Halloween. Can't wait. But anyway. Also, okay, where was I at? Oh, yeah. Arcade. Like, I was so enthralled by how our team was doing all the mind fuckery with all the kids, tormenting them, pushing their mental stability and insanity to its limit. Especially how she broke the shoes. I know it's kind of fun to say, but let's be honest. That was kind of showed like that was kind of cool, like in a way, like how she planned. It showed her that she's not that far different from her anime TV series counterparts. Like, she's capable of better planning, of great planning, and fooling her opponent. That's how Arkinimon always was. She was like that master of deception and mind fucking. And I like it. And I like how they utilize that in this game, Digimon Survive. Oh, yo, what's up? Fierce Appetite Black Queen. How's it going, Taylor? Husband K says he's released that. But anyway, though. But yeah, I love how they made Arkinimon up until a certain point, such a major, consistent, and interesting antagonist in the Digimon Survive. Those are in my opinion, that was one of the pros of the game. He made a very interesting and memorable antagonist in Digimon Survive. It was difficult. Another one I want to talk about, which is kind of like maybe a pro, Fangmon. Fangmon, from what I think he was I first saw him in the previous Digimon movie, the 2020 Digimon movie. I think it was the remake or something like that. Yeah. Never thought of Fangmon much when I saw him in the movie or the remake series or in the remake. Which one I remember if he was in. Never thought of Fangmon much until I saw him in Digimon Survive as a main antagonist, as another main antagonist in the game, and part 2 of the game. Like I gotta say, like this game does a good job of making minor villains like what was once minor villains like Fangmon or even Jakugumon, who was a boss character, boss antagonist in the part 1 game, into threatening big bad threatening villains. And you get the expense and you face these threatening villains, and the feel of the characters are just wow. Like you just get that feel that my God, this is a big baddie, even though he's not the big baddie, but you feel the fear that the Spez they're trying to instill with each boss character, boss antagonist. Like I thought, and I always thought it was an interesting thing how they made the Pokemon the first major boss character in part 1. Like a good start off on bad guy for them, which was an and I feel like a good one. I feel like which also led to the possibility, which in a way, when you think about it, Pokemon was kind of a lead up to our Digimon, because spider, they're both spiders, and I think and our Digimon is the ultimate evolve of the Pokemon. But back to Fangmon. Fangmon was an awesome but fearsome antagonist, and I liked that. He was not just fearsome, he was tenacious. And I liked that feature how they made this because it made a good side. It made a good side quest on. Every time when you go to an area, there's Fangmon trying to sneak up and kill you. Like literally sneak up in camouflage mode and go camouflage mode and snipe you. Or whatever, or kill you. Face over, he's trying to kill you. And then your Digimon has to pick him on, have to miraculously catch on to him, and catch him in the head before he gets a chance to take you out. And that's when you constantly have to take him down within 3 turns. And from that, if you're lucky, you get a mature slab or an evolution slab, which is another thing I was talking about. So the game's own use of evolution, instead of just having Digimon reach a certain level and then they evolve, I like how they do it. They change that up too. I love it how they change that up. Instead of doing the whole level, reach a certain level, you can evolve this Digimon. Reach a certain point, you can evolve this Digimon. No, they use something called evolution slabs, mature slabs, perfect slabs, ultimate slabs. So in order to digivolve, the free Digimon, like the ones you recruit. Whereas the ones the main character Digimon, you can easily digivolve them or de-digivolve them once you progress further in the story. I thought, okay, that's interesting. That's nice. I like that. Add more challenging things. Instead of making it easy, you make it more challenging. So if you want to strengthen your army, your military, your Digimon military force, you have to also, you want to evolve your Digimon to another level other than rookie. Instead of just trying to recruit high level Digimon and raise your level, or get a certain Digimon that you want, or one that you prefer that's your favorite. Sometimes the only way to get it is if you Digivolve this Digimon high enough and hoping to reach that level of that favorite Digimon you want. And I like that. That adds some more challenging and more, more interesting. You want to actually try more and indulge more in the game. And I liked that about Digimon Survive. It made me more further indulge on, try hard. Like if there's a Digimon I want to get, that's not anything where I can't recruit. I can try to get a Digimon in rookie form or even champion form and try to farm some evolution slabs so I can Digivolve it to the Digimon that I want or that I couldn't get. Okay. Yo, what's up, Chris Harris? How's it going, buddy? I've been cool, just chilling outside. Chillaxing outside. You are always chillaxing outside, dude. You must love being outside, bro. I'm not judging, just saying. You must really love being outside, bro. But anyway, what I'm saying is that I like how menacing and tenacious and ferocious they made Fangmon in the game, and they give you more reason to actually keep trying to encounter him. Because the more you encounter him, the more of a chance you get the evolutionary class to help, evolve all your current Digimon that you currently recruit so far. And I really liked it and enjoyed that. So I enjoyed doing all this encounters with Digimon before I go further in the story on Face Off. Another thing is I want to talk about. Monzemon. And when I first started seeing Monzemon in the anime, I thought he was just so goofy, big old teddy, goofy with so creepy ass goofy with goofy big teddy bear. But in this game, she really made Monzemon seem come off very so sensually intimidating and eerie and creepy. Especially giving him that very deep and malevolent and scary voice. I love how they made Monzemon so intimidating and just so intimidating in the game. Like usually I would think like a character like Monzemon, making him a bad guy would be a bad idea, because I'm used to seeing him seeing the goofy Monzemon I used to see back in old Digimon Adventure and so on. But seeing him seem so evil and malevolent and intimidating, he somehow managed to fit the story. It's how they made him seem so threatening. They made him seem so threatening in the game, and I liked it. That despite the fact that he had Garurumon on his side, who was kind of a big bad antagonist on top of that, Monzemon was the more scary one in my opinion. Just due to his deep voice and his attention, his imposing figure, because he's a big ass teddy bear with red, shifty eyes. They just made him and the suspense of the moment made him seem so like an actual threat. Like he was like they were in a daily dangerous situation. I felt like even if you didn't have Garurumon there, I felt like he'd still give off that aura of that threatening aura, that suspensefulness, that menace that he presented when he first confronted the protagonist. And it was just a nice fresh thing to see Monzemon actually done right and done correctly in this and being used as an antagonist, an interesting one at that. Like he was an antagonist I didn't see coming in the game, but he was not. His appearance was not wasted. He was actually a very good antagonist in part of it. A tough one at that too. Like he was extreme tough, and he had such strong hit power, which added on the difficulty of him. And then he was the ultimate. And see, when in part 4, you don't have the ultimate until you hit part 5. So you have nothing but all changes in Double Digimon. So yeah, that made it even more challenging. And on top of that, you had to fight Garurumon, which is not that hard to beat. It was Monzemon who was hard to beat in part 4. Another one, pro I liked it was but also was a con too, was Wendigomon. I loved it how I had mixed feelings on Wendigomon's introduction in the game. When you do the first playthrough, I hated how Wendigomon came about. Don't get me wrong, Wendigomon was cool to Wendigomon in the game as a major antagonist. and how he one shot. Like when Digimon was a champion Digimon, and he one shot killed a Mega Digimon, which is the ultimate Digimon. That was like, whoa. When I started in the game, right after Lockmon Dark Digimon into him, after being abused and beaten by and kicked around by she kicked Lockmon. And I was feeling so bad for Lockmon. Like I was like, God damn, you not shooting like that. Like I didn't feel bad for you when I saw him kick Lockmon. Come on. And to see Lockmon become such a dangerous threat from all the treatment and all the dark negative energy emotions that Shuji had, and it picked up those emotions and Dark Digimon into Wendigomon and one shot Mega Seedramon, bro. I felt the fear of it. Like I felt the gravity of the situation. Like, oh shit, this champion Digimon, this is a champion of Digimon. Well, then again, Wendigomon was always a tough Digimon. If you've seen the Digimon movie, for Davis and everybody else, when the antagonist was Wendigomon, he always was a tough Digimon. Even despite being a champion level. Chris says, outside is also the best spot for gaming in general. That's true. Oh, yo, what's up, Evil Son, the Ultimate, the Legend of Evil Saints? How's it going, buddy? Welcome to my stream. No, back to what I was saying. Another problem, but what also got me the most with Wendigomon is when after he got through one shot killing Mega Digimon, he walked right back to Suzy, grabbed Suzy, and really ate this dude. Like he really ate Suzy. He ate him. And to see the horrified look on everybody's face after seeing Suzy get eaten by Wendigomon, bruh. That yeah, I mean, I feel like that was the darkest moment in that game. But seeing a Digimon like when Digimon they eat the human outright, like Twitter user Taylor said Twitter user said Anne Frank had white privilege. Huh? What the fuck? Hold on. What? You know what? When you said Twitter, I said, well, then again, I'm not surprised. It's Twitter we're talking about. There's all kinds of crazy shit being said on Twitter. It's why I don't have a Twitter. I will never touch Twitter. Unless Elon Musk bought Twitter, which he said he's not going to do, I'm not touching Twitter. Yo, what's up? Wolf Killshot. How's it going, buddy? Welcome to the show of these nuts. Funny. Anyway, though. I feel like that was the scariest part when Digimon eating Shuji in front of everybody. Even though, technically, let's be fair. I mean, this dude, Shuji brought on himself by kicking Lockmon. Just because the Digimon, like, bro, calm down. I understand you got daddy, you still had to kick the Lockmon. And see, on top of that, man, throughout the whole first few parts, he was just nothing but cruel and abusive to Lockmon. So, yeah, that's why most people get feel bad for Shuji and he got hate. Yeah. Now, let's see. Another one that I also want to talk about. I noticed that when I look at the main characters, the main children characters, they're all kind of Digimon Survive. Nice, I guess you could say flip versions of the Digimon Adventure characters. like Takuma is basically Kai. Kaido is basically Matt. Mew is basically either Kari or TK. Probably TK for the female. And Yuji, I guess Yuji's meant to be Joe. Saki is basically Mimi. Aoi is basically Sora. And I guess Minoru is supposed to be. No, I guess Mew is. I guess Mew is supposed to be Car. And Minoru is supposed to be PK. I don't know how that dynamic goes. It's kind of weird, but I'm pretty sure. Rio is probably is, or maybe Minoru is. Who knows? But the rest of them, the parallels is kind of obvious with the rest of them. And it's like, yo, these guys are basically the dark alternate world parallel to the Digimon Adventure main cast. I was like, okay. I mean, with Takuma obviously being top, that was kind of awesome. And then he's a gogglehead. He has goggles. You know, Digimon has a thing where most of the main characters are goggleheads, because they wear goggles. Tai wears them. Davis wore them. Staccato wore goggles. And so the other characters, I didn't get too much to say. With the exception of Marcus. Marcus didn't wear goggles. But Marcus was technically kind of my favorite main character in Digimon. Nothing more. Yeah, Twitter is full of weirdos. I know that's right. That's why I'll never get on Twitter. Don't even ask me to get on Twitter. Fucking weirdos. But anyway, there was another main thing I wanted to talk about was this may be a pro or con. Piedmon being one of the main villain detectives. Now, don't get me wrong. Piedmon being one of the major main antagonists, like one of the Dark Masters in the first Digimon Adventure show, and seeing him back as the main antagonist in Digimon Survive, it only gave me more reason to draw more parallels to Digimon Adventure. Like, I feel like Digimon Survive in its way was kind of the dark version of Digimon Adventure. The dark alternate reality of Digimon Adventure when you think about it. Because there was a lot of, similarities too. But just done in a dark way. Right, and I feel like that's probably, I'm just thinking of my own theory again. I feel like that was probably what the developers was going for, maybe, perhaps. Who knows? Who knows? But anyway, I kind of did like Piedmon as an antagonist at first, because he was tough as an antagonist. He was a tough boss to beat. But over time, he got stale pretty fast. Like after you beat him in chapter 7, and you see him in chapter 8. But I guess it's probably because the reason why he got stale fast, because like he was fighting you in a weakened state. And even when you try to reason with him, he was so bent on being loyal to the big baddie, the big main antagonist of the whole game. But when Piedmon first showed up, when he took the cloak off, after you beat Arukimon and helped Renamon beat Arukimon to save Miyuki, like I even though I already know about Piedmon, and I know how scary he can be and how tough he can be, I still felt the menace and suspense of his presence. You can still feel the fear that the Digimon felt when they saw Piedmon. They say, "Oh God, this guy's tough. He's tough." easily got rid of Kinema like it was nothing. Then again, even though despite the fact Kinema was pretty much significantly weakened after consistently battling at the kids and Renamon more than one time. So Kinema was already pretty much significantly weakened. So yeah. It'd be more of something if he, took Kinema at full power. Kinema was still busy afraid of him because he knew that even if she's at full power, she could not beat Paimon. Her expression and her fact that she begged for mercy and begged for their help, the kids' help before he took her out, showed that what a tough and dangerous guy Paimon was. It exemplified how dangerous and merciless and how ruthless he was. And I'm kind of glad they kept that part of him strong, but it made him give him more of a ruthless edge compared to his adventure animated version. Another thing that I enjoyed, a con that I hated was the dialogue. I kind of hated the long dialogue. I ain't gonna lie. I enjoyed the dialogue, but I hated the long dialogue. That was one of the biggest cons to the game. It's a long ass dialogue. Another pro is that every choice you make affects the story and affects the outcome of the story and the outcome and the survival of each character, as well as the path of the story you choose. If I choose moral decisions, that means I take the moral path. Yeah. And even though despite in the first playthrough, Yuji and Ryo's death are inevitable, but if you do the playthrough path, the new game path, if you match his own erasure of fitness high enough, you can save Shuji and Ryo. Well, when you save Ryo, you can save Shuji. And once you save them, that opens you up to the true path, the true ending, where you get to face the true master and the descendant of and one of the original Digidestin, who came before the current Digidestin. But there are also other paths called the Wrathfulness path and the Harmonious path, and each of those paths has two different outcomes. And Wrathfulness path, you see that by going to the most wrathful affinities and stuff. Basically, the title kind of becomes sort of a main antagonist. And after in chapter 9, part 9, when you come back from the world from your world, as a season with chapter 6, then in part 8, you get this one after you do it raise your opinion on whatever opinion you have at the highest, it's the choices you get. If you have a high moral opinion, you get to make pick the moral path, moral choice, which is save the world and be friends. If you have a high wrathfulness, you get pick, and you pick, and for that, and you pick go and stay with Agumon. If you have a high harmonious harmony, and you pick save the world, that means you officially be stuck on the harmony path. Whatever, part 8 is very important because whichever path you pick, that's the path you're gonna make. That's the story that's gonna go. That's gonna go run with from then on in. And Wrathfulness, Mew will be Wrathfulness is where Mew dies, and Kaido loses it, goes up the defense, deserts the group, and then once he runs into a nearly dead Paimon, he forcibly fuses Dracmon, who evolves into Myosmon with Paimon, and they become both Baltimore, one of the most badass Digimon in the series, bad guys in the series. And let me tell you, both Baltimore is tough. He is tough. He's fast as hell too. And he becomes that main antagonist for that path up until you reach the master. and he fuses with the master. Yo, what's up, Blue Champ Gaming? How's it going, buddy? Right, as I was saying, yeah. Now, no. I got it wrong. Kaido is the main antagonist for Harmony. Harmony is where Mew dies, and when she dies, Kaido just pretty much loses everything, mentally loses it, and just becomes distant, and eventually deserts the group. And eventually deserts the group. And once he deserts the group, then he meets a heavily injured Paimon who's on the brink of death, and forcibly Digivolves or Digifuses Dracmon, who evolves into Mightomon and Paimon, into Bolt Baltamon. And once they fuse into Bolt Baltamon, bruh, let me tell you, they're a whole army to themselves when they become Bolt Baltamon. Because in the first battle you facing, you win, but you technically story-wise lose to them. And Kaido basically goes off to hunt down Miyuki, who is possessed by the master. And how to explain that? She becomes, I don't know how it happened, but she becomes possessed by the master when she returns back to the digital world. I guess way before the crewmate and Agumon turned back. It never explained how and when, what time period that she became possessed by the master. Because apparently it took place before Takuma and Agumon did. Because from what everybody said in the story, Agumon and Takuma were gone for 10 days. And from around those 10 days, Yuki was possessed by the master and is constantly attacking him. So it never explained how that went down or how that worked. But I didn't really pay that much attention to that. And the Rapper, the main antagonist is always surprising. Now that one I didn't see coming. But that's because like in that one, instead of Mew dying, which happened in the Harmony path, Saki's the one that dies and gets captured and gets taken in by the evil fog in this path when she chooses to Rapper's path. Basically, how she died is that one of the Kinzoku, one of those ugly evil blob things, and that's another comment. I hate those ugly evil purple blob things. That's a comment. Those things look nasty and disgusting. Like I really don't like those things, but they're so creepy and nasty looking. I really don't like those Kinzoku. They're creatures. But anyway, one of them was desperate to take one of the kids into the shadow. So one of the Kinzoku saw Saki was not paying attention and grabbed her by the legs from behind and dragged her into the fog. And from there, everybody tried to save her, even especially Aoi, but Saki, knowing that there was no saving her because Kinzoku had a good grip on her legs. So instead of just letting everybody go down with her, she just squatted everybody away and saved everybody and just let her, sacrifice herself. So inherently she died, and she dies in that one. And that really hurt me too, seeing Saki die. It's like it hurt me too seeing how Mew died. Mew died when she thought that one of her Digimon friends was in trouble, and one of the Kinzoku called out her disguised as one of the Digimon, or impersonating one of the voices of one of her Digimon friends. Mew goes to that voice, only to find out that wasn't one of her Digimon friends. It was a Kinzoku in disguise, and it was kind of that gotcha bitch moment. It was one of those gotcha bitch moments. Damn. I was like, and I was rooting. And I was like, when I first, I was like, Mew, run, Mew, run. And it was too late though. It had already got her. And I was kind of heartbroken when Mew died. When Mew and Saki died in both those paths. I said, why they had to be them, man? Why had to be Mew or Saki to die? And then it hurts more seeing how it affected Kaido and Aoi both in each of those respective paths and the dark path they took. Especially in Aoi's case, I feel like Aoi took the biggest fall the most, morally and emotionally. That is, after Saki's death, Saki, like Aoi just wasn't a fan. She was just out of it. She was just trying to get her, and she just away from him. Oh, hi, Sebastian Monet. And Hercules. Hey, Hercules, how's it going, dude? And like with Aoi, she had the most moral. Her emotional downfall was the most gut wrenching and the most emotionally heartfelt out of the two of them. Like I hated seeing how Aoi felt so much just from the death of Saki. It made people speculate that both were lesbian, loving, and stuff like that. I was like, no, man. It's just that they were just very close best friends, female friends. And plus, Saki's 12 and Aoi's 15. Like they're 3 years apart, bro. Like I don't know if that they would actually make something there, like a whole lesbian relationship between a 12-year-old and a 15-year-old girl. Even between females, I feel like that's kind of weird and just wrong. Just fucking wrong. But anyway, like, what got me the most when Aoi is that she came across Paimon. It's like how Kaido did in his own path, in the other path. But instead of trying to finish him off, Aoi, being who she is, kindly had Labramon heal her. And what does Paimon do? How does he repay her? How does he show his thanks? This motherfucker tried to choke the life out of her after she showed nothing but kindness to him. Like literally choked the life out of her, and then kicked and then beat the shit out of Labramon who was trying to stop him. Like it was that. I feel like that was next to that was the most evilest moment in the game to me. What Paimon did to Aoi in that path, and that felt so bad. And everybody was trying to go back and save her and take part. But by the time they got there, she was already near death, and Labramon was about to disappear until like a last ditch digifuse between those two turned Labramon and Aoi into Plutomon. One of the who in Digimon lore is one of the 12 Olympos, I think. Yeah, one of the 12 Olympos. And bruh, was Plutomon OP in this and that. Plutomon's fucking OP. Like Aoi as Plutomon really took Paimon out, even despite Paimon was heavily weakened in a weakened state. Well, no, he wasn't in a weakened state, but he wasn't at full power. Took Paimon out in one shot. Like it showed how far Aoi had emotionally fallen and mentally fallen as an individual, and how she just went through a lot. I felt like the point of the game was to display human emotions and experiences in full effect in the form of and how our emotions and how our train of thought, even our memories and past, can affect us in the most dangerous of ways and come back to haunt us or take us out or kill us. That's in Shuji's favor, and Shuji's case, and in Aoi's case. And also how how obsession and emotional attachment can also be dangerous in its own ways as well. In Kaido's case. Yes. But despite that, I loved all the endings. They all were so amazing, especially the true ending where you get go up against the true master and fight the main antagonist himself, the real main antagonist, Fanglongmon Ruin Mode. That is, which is that was the first introduction of Fanglongmon Ruin Mode. Because I never knew that Fanglongmon had a Ruin Mode. Plus, also at the same time, you also get to face off against the 4 Sovereign Monk, or the Deva, which was first introduced in Digimon Tamers. No, not the Deva, the Sovereign. But who are all first introduced, which is an allusion to Digimon Tamers, because you were first introduced to Digimon Sovereign, the Sovereign Digimon, and Digimon Tamers on Azulon. Kazulongmon, Ibanwumon, Baifumon, hey, I forgot the name of the bird, the big bird. But yeah, I like that how they introduced the 4 Sovereign Digimon, because that's kind of like a reference to Digimon Tamers, which is one of my favorite Digimon seasons, next to David Squad. Well, above David Squad. But one lore consistency that did give me the con of that was that for Fanglongmon to exist, wouldn't all the other 4 Sovereign Digimon have to become one to become Fanglongmon? If I'm not mistaken, that's how Fanglongmon can exist. But how they did in the game, the 4 Sovereign Digimon and Fanglongmon are all 5 separate entities. Like, instead of them being a fusion of Fanglongmon is its own Digimon entity. And I was like, well, hold on, that kind of don't make sense, but that goes against the lore of the Digimon lore. Like, for Fanglongmon to exist, all the other 4 had to be one to become him. But okay, I guess they want to do things differently. I mean, it is separate from the own main series, the main franchise, so I guess they're going about it their own way. Yeah, they want to do things. But other than that, the game was awesome. I had fun playing the game. I loved it. I enjoyed it. I would definitely play it again, consistently, obsessively, and I do recommend people buy it. And it was like when it first came out, it was like for me like $49.99 or something like that, or $39.99. That had a good deal. Like when it first dropped, and I'd say like to me, best $49.99 or $50 I ever spent. It was worth the $50. It was worth the money I spent. Everybody says that it wasn't the game wasn't worth the amount that amount being spent, but I beg to differ. I enjoyed it and I especially replayed it. I now see people who are now playing and streaming the game now after the price probably went down, or online deals and stuff like that. How PlayStation does their deals, where they cut the slash prices and stuff, or reduce the prices by certain amounts. And I'm seeing people starting to stream the game now. Later on, after the popularity kind of died down a bit. But that's okay. I do tune in to people who play Digimon Survive. That don't mean I only tune in when people play Digimon Survive. Now, don't get me wrong. I'll tune in if you're playing any cool awesome game that catches my interest. But anyway, the game is working. I do recommend people play it and give it a chance. You will enjoy it and you will love it. Trust and believe it. Get back to the next. Was it me, Ronald? Was it you? What? Like, what do you mean? And for those of you who are in the chat, subscribe to my boy Hercules. But anyway, though, anywho, what else I want to talk about? Oh yeah, part 10, where you get to face off against Renamon. He used to face off against Renamon. With Renamon, it was a lot that it was kind of Renamon kind of employed the same tactic as our Kinemon did. You know, use illusions and mind fuckery to further fuck with you. Which, if you doing a harmony or a rap on the test, it does affect the person who already lost the second kid and say like when Kaido loses Mew and he sees an illusion of Mew and you play on part 10 and he sees that illusion of Mew mentally tormenting him, that was that breaking point for Mew for Kaido. And it made him, turn on everybody. Same way if you're playing Raffleness and after Stocky dies and Aoi goes through a whole depression and she sees how and that same tactic is used that was used on Shuji is used on Aoi, and Aoi just goes up deep hit and leaves the group. But not she didn't at first turn on the group because before she ran into Piedmon, encountered Piedmon, she was planning on actually going back to the group and apologizing and just going forward and everything. So Piedmon kind of fucked it all up and they fucked it all up. Kind of fucked it all up and all stuff, and just after he showed her nothing, after she showed him nothing but kindness, he up and choked the shit out of her. So I didn't feel bad when he got what he did on her when as Fudumon took him out. Blue Tech Gaming, is that a fake Stefan? I'm not sure because I know that's not his profile. I know that's not his channel. So yeah, I feel like that was a fake account. Probably Johan. But anyway, though, facing off against Renamon in Part 2 was an interesting one because I feel like in that situation that was more of a closure episode, emotional closure. Because Renamon obviously had a lot of hatred towards Professor and everybody else, and it was really Renamon's intention for the whole thing was just to save Miyuki. And even though it's like the Master had no intentions of honoring the agreement that he had with Renamon, I guess they were thinking it all through, still went through it and turned on the kids and tried to, do the whole mind fuckery and stuff and try to sacrifice them. Only for Takuma to persevere through, save everybody, and show Renamon that the Master was not to be trusted. And after Renamon sees this, Renamon eventually digivolves into Sakuyamon out of love and hate, anger, and emotion in his or her drive to save Saki. I felt like that was that closure moment for Renamon, and I really liked that. Renamon got that closure and pushed on and was able to go to the next level out of his or her love and devotion for the youth. And I feel like that's what kind of put Renamon in the crosshairs of them. And later on in the story was Renamon's devotion and love for Miyuki. And it was twisted and used by the Master to try to capture, take down, and sacrifice the main character's kid. Another thing is that I like is that in the moral path, where in this and only in the moral path, also in the true path as well, where Garurumon, who once held a major grudge against Professor, who was actually Haru, but as an old man, but eventually by part 7, they kind of patch things up, or make a temporary truce to help take down Paimon. But as the series story goes on, and more, if you pick the moral path, you will eventually meet up and see you eventually
It's right. What? Who's using my second profile? I'm checking door on me.
you'll eventually see
Farm Richardson is my second profile.
in the building.
What?
Okay.
No, that's mine.
Hold on, everybody.
I have a backup profile. I have it up on my own, so nobody really feels my need.
Anyway. But anyway, in the later on in the moral path, you eventually meet up with Garurumon, who is confused and wants to patch things up with Haru, aka the professor. And over time, they do that, and then Garurumon teams up with a group and joins the group along with Renamon, and in Moral Path, at part 11, when you go off to face, I guess, Miyuki and Master Miyuki, and during that battle, you gotta struggle against the Master and his henchmen. I got one of the best parts of the Moral Path was when Garurumon when Gabumon and Agumon as War Greymon and Metal Garurumon DNA digivolve into Omnimon, aka Omegamon. And let me tell you, Omegamon is so freaking awesome and OP in the game. Like, he has such incredible hit power. Like, he has insane hit power. Like, if I tell you that Omegamon's hit power is insane, it is insane. And you will enjoy using him in the game. But too bad, like, he's mostly a story-wise based use only character. Like, he can only be used if you have Gabumon, like the main character Gabumon. But yeah, that's kind of the downside to that. Like, you had already have the main character Gabumon with you for you to DNA evolve into Omnimon and Omegamon. But either way, it's a good moral. That's one of the perks of moral path. For me, I like your gameplay. Oh, thanks. I appreciate that wolf kill shot. What's good, my D? Yo, what's good, Iffy Gamer? How's it going, buddy? That's a word. So you just can't get them. That's crazy. Yeah, when it comes to Omegamon or Omnimon, like he becomes available to you, but you won't be able to use them unless you have the other half, which is Gabumon, aka Metal Garurumon. So that's the crazy part about it. That's kind of the con that I don't like. Like, it's a pro that they have it in the game, but it's a con that after you beat the game and get Omnimon, or aka Omegamon, or what they call Omegamon in this game, you can only use them when you already have the main character of Gabumon. Like, the fuck, man. That's some bullshit. Like, that's some more bullshit right there. Like, what's the point of getting the character if you can't use them in the rap? Really, you can't use them in the rap path or in the harmony path. Like, the only place you'll be able to use Omnimon is if you meant to complete the moral path first, then do the new game plus and do the truthful path. That's the only way you can probably use Omnimon again, because that's the only way you'll get Garurumon as the main character or part of the group again. And that was one of the cons I hated. Other than the long ass dialogue, of course. But and also another con was shooting at first when you do the first playthrough, as well as Rio doing the first playthrough. But over time, that started as a con in pro, because that's only the when you play through them the first time, you only see the worst in them in that playthrough when you do the first playthrough, because you're supposed to see that their deaths were justified. But when you do the new game plus for True Time, and you raise their affinity to a certain level, and you manage to save them, you come to see them as redeemable. You see the deep redeemable characters that they are, and see that, okay, so there is another side to them that other than the douchebag side that you usually seeing through the first playthrough. So yeah. But anywho, that's about it. That's all I want to talk about when it came to Digimon Survive. I enjoyed the game. I loved it. I'll probably do a season 2 gameplay of it next year or something like that, or probably later on. Who knows? But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the stream. I enjoyed your company. All of you take care.
Right. How y'all?
Alright, I'm gonna drop this video. Hold on.
Why did you make me do this? You're fighting so you can watch all of these mascots die. Think, Luigi. You'll outlast every fragile, insignificant franchise in this game. You'll live to see these series turn into pachinkos or mobile only. Everything and every game from your childhood will be ruined. What will you have after 500 consoles?
I'd still have you.
Rabbit season! Duck season! Rabbit season! Duck season! Rabbit season! Duck season! Season! Duck season! Rabbit season! Duck season! Rabbit season! Duck season!
Mater, I need your help. I need you to hook onto my cock and balls and pull real tight. Can you do that? Just wrap your toe right around my cock and balls and then drive away as fast as you can. Can you do that for me, Mater? Mater, please. If you don't torture my cock and balls, I might do something bad. I might hurt people, Mater. Do you want that? I might blow Radiator Springs up. Do you want that? Do you want that, Mater? No, I didn't think so. So torture my cock and balls right now. Thank you, Mater.